Greetings, everyone. I am James Ryan Fontillas, a fourth-year student from Baliwag Polytechnic College, taking Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English, and I proudly present to you my demo teaching. So, hi, everyone. Okay, before we formally begin our class session, let us first ask for guidance, okay? May I call IC to please lead our opening prayer. Amen. Thank you very much, IC. Okay, good afternoon, grade 8 Akasha. May you now turn on your cameras and let me see your beautiful and handsome faces. Okay, hello, Erica, Chad, Louie. How about the others? May you now turn on your cameras. There you go. So, how are you guys? I hope you enjoyed your weekends and I hope that you are all prepared for this afternoon discussion because pandemic COVID-19 won't stop us from learning. Do you agree? Thumbs up if you agree. Very good. Okay. To serve as your attendance for today, kindly type in your full name in the chat panel. Okay, thank you very much. Class, I want you to be reminded about our virtual classroom rules, okay? First, be on time. I want you to join the class at exactly 1:30 p.m. and then act like you are at school. Even though we are not at school physically, you are still students, right? So I expect you to act and behave like students online. And then sit in one spot during class. I don't want to see any one of you standing and looking uncomfortable. So find a comfortable seat that you can sit in and be comfortable. Okay? And then keep yourself muted unless I give you the permission to speak. Turn on your videos and cameras as much as possible. Okay? Then raise your hand or simply press the raise button if you want to ask for clarification or answer my question. And then, of course, listen attentively to the discussion. No eating during class. Give your whole attention to the lesson. And lastly, I want you to have fun learning and do your best as my students. Are we clear? Okay, very good. Mhm. Before we jump to our main discussion, let us first have a recapitulation or review of our previous discussion. Anyone from the class who can summarize their learnings about the previous discussion? Okay, I can see Jamie is raising her hand. Jamie? Very good, Jamie. It seems you learned a lot from our last discussion. Very good. Last time, we discussed the verb and its types, right? Do you still remember them? The action, linking, and auxiliary verb. Thumbs up if you still remember them. Okay, CJ. If you do so, can you give an example for each type of verbs? Okay, how about the action and auxiliary? Very good, CJ. So, class, do you have any question or clarification regarding the verb and its types? If none, then that's very good. We will now proceed to our next lesson. And this lesson is somehow related to our previous discussion about the verb. So let's find out what it is. Okay, class, I'll be showing a picture and I want you to tell me what is or what are the objects in the pictures or in the picture rather. Okay, for a while. There you go. What are the objects in the given picture? Yes, John. A needle and thread. Very good, John. Okay, John, I'm not yet finished. So, John, when do we use a needle and thread? Okay, very good. We use a needle and thread when we sew our clothes, right? And John, do you think we can still use one of them without the other one, especially when we sew our clothes? Why do you say so? Okay, very good. We cannot because they are designed as partners, right? Without the needle, we cannot sew our clothes by just using the thread alone, and vice versa. Thank you very much, John. Now, anyone from the class who can construct a sentence using the words needle and thread? Okay, any volunteer? Just use the words needle and thread in a sentence. Okay, Nicole. Wow, a well-constructed sentence given by Nicole. Very good. Let me insert your example to my presentation. Okay, wait for a while. There you go. The needle and thread are in the sewing box. Okay, class. Do you know that aside from needle and thread, we have another partners here in this sentence given by Nicole? Yes, we have. So now I want you to analyze the sentence, and anyone who could tell me what are these partners will have 3 bonus points for our evaluation quiz later. Is that a good deal? Okay, have your time. Analyze the sentence and tell me what are these partners that I am talking about. Mhm. Anyone who has an idea? Okay, share it. No one? Last call? Okay, they are the subject and the verb. Okay, I can see Jamie's face of regret. Maybe she did not tell her guest. That's okay, Jamie. But next time, okay, guys, if you have an idea or if you have a guess, just simply raise your hand and have a try. You're not taking a right minus wrong exam anyway, right? Okay. So by the way, subject and verb. They are the subject and verb that are partners I am talking about because why? In every sentence there is a subject with a verb. Okay. I am very much sure you know what a verb is because we talked a lot about it last time, right? And I suppose since you are now grade 8, I suppose you have ideas what a subject could be. But how well do you know about the relationship of these two? So, our lesson for today is the relationship between the subject and the verb in a sentence, or simply what we call the subject verb agreement. These are the objectives of our lesson. At the end of this lesson, at least 85% of the class is expected to first identify the subject and verb in the sentence, understand the rules of subject verb agreement, and lastly, apply these rules correctly both in written and oral exercises. Okay, class. Before we discuss about the rules of subject verb agreement, let's have a brief discussion about the subject and the verb first. Okay, what is a subject? So the word subject is diverse, right? It could refer to the subject at science lab, or it could refer to the subject at school, like Filipino, English, and so on and so forth. Okay, but the subject we are referring here could be a person, a thing, or an idea that is being discussed or described in a sentence. So we have here some examples. Subject could be Anna, subject could be the books, the lions, the pronoun she, Luneta Park, okay? Obedience as well, it could be the subject. As long as it is being discussed, again, as long as it is being discussed or described in a sentence, it could be the subject. Let's use one of these examples in a sentence. Take a look at this one. Anna eats her breakfast. Anna eats her breakfast. Okay, since we are talking about Anna in this sentence, Anna is our subject. Simple as that. Okay, let me give you another example. My own example. The lion growls so loud. Again, the lion growls so loud. Since we are talking about the lion that growls so loud, the lion is the subject. Easy, right? Do you understand now what is the subject? Thumbs up if you do. Okay, Trisha, can you give me your own sample sentence and tell me what is the subject in that sentence? Okay, very good, Trisha. You know now what is the subject. Okay, so let's move forward. Okay, what is a verb? Let's have a glimpse of what we discussed about verbs last time because verb has a big part to this lesson. Though we are not yet tackling about the verb forms, but let's have it done later. Okay, as we discussed the rules. Well, anyway, going back, what is a verb? It is a word that is usually one of the main parts of a sentence and that expresses an action or a state of being. So we have here sets of examples. Think, dance, sing, they are action verb, right? Is, was, am, they are linking verbs. Or could, might, should, they are auxiliary verbs. Okay. So do you have any question or clarification about the subject and the verb? If none, now let's discuss the subject-verb agreement rules. Okay. Like a needle and thread agree with the purpose of each other, the verb must agree with the subject of a sentence. Why? Because their agreement is one of key components to form grammatically correct sentences. Subject-verb agreement has several rules that you need to follow to make sure that your sentences in both oral and written communication are grammatically correct. Sir, what is the importance of grammatically correct sentences? The answer is very easy. Grammar allows us to have our messages clearly understood. Who wants to be misunderstood, right? Of course, no one. Okay, going back. Let us now talk about some subject verb agreement rules. First is the general rule, or the most important rule among all subject verb agreement rules. Okay, a singular subject takes a singular verb, whereas a plural subject takes a plural verb. Very easy, right? If the subject is singular, then it requires a singular verb. And if the subject is plural, then it requires a plural verb. Take a look at these examples. In the first sentence, we have a singular subject, which is car, right? And the singular verb is. While in the second sentence, we have a plural subject, cars, and plural verb are. It is very much easier, especially when choosing the appropriate linking verb to be used. If the subject is singular, we use the singular linking verb is in present tense. While in past tense, we use the singular linking verb. Yes, Patricia? Was. Very good. And if the subject is plural, we use the plural linking verb are in present tense, while in past tense, we use the plural linking verb. Yes, Chloe. Where. Very good. But what if our verb is action? How are we going to show that our action verb is singular or plural? Okay, listen carefully. In the present tense, meaning that the action is happening in the present time, the subject and the verb agree in opposite ways. Now, why opposite ways? Okay. If the subject is plural, we usually add s to show that it is plural, right? Car becomes cars and table becomes tables. But here's the reason why they agree in opposite ways. In the case of the verb, if it is singular, it will take the s. And if it is plural, we will just put the base form, meaning no s. So like for example, the plural verb look and sing will become looks and sings if they are singular. Did you get it? Okay, let's have sentence examples for you to understand it better. This time we use the action verb look for you to see the difference, okay? In the first sentence, we have plural subject cars and plural verb look. Why is it a plural verb? Because again, the base form is the plural form of the verb, meaning it has no s. While in the second sentence, we have singular subject car, right? And singular verb looks. Why is it a singular verb? Because, again, take a note of this, or take note of this, the S form is the singular form of the verb. Okay. Do you understand now? I can see your smiles. I hope it means you understand the instruction. Thumbs up if you get the point of the lesson. Okay, Chad, since you understand the lesson, can you give me your own uh, sentence example using the general rule? Okay, very good. You really understand the lesson. Very good, Chad. However, okay, we are not yet finished. there is an exemption to the general rule. Let's tackle, let's tackle this one very smoothly. Okay, what is the exemption? The pronouns I and you do not follow this general rule. Why? Okay, always remember that if we use the pronouns you and I, the verb should be pluralized. For example, we often say to our loved ones, I love you, right? I love you, not I loves you, because that sounds very alien, right? Okay, another example. You love me. You love me, not you loves me. Did you get the point? Okay, easy, right? Thumbs up if you agree. Okay, Mike, can you give us an example using either I or you as the subject? Okay, very good, Mike. Again, class, general rule. Singular subject, singular verb. Plural subject, plural verb. And if the subject is either you or I, the verb must be pluralized. Understood? Kesha, understood? Okay, let's move forward. Next is the compound subject role. Okay, let's take this one very smoothly as well. When the subject of the sentence is composed of two or more nouns or pronouns connected by and, use a plural verb. Okay, take a look at this example. Drake and Sasha ran fast as they saw a big dog. In this sentence, we have two subjects, right? Drake, which is the first subject, and Sasha, the second subject. And they are connected by the word and as well. So we have plural subjects because they are two, right? Drake and Sasha. Therefore, the verb must be plural as well. And we have here the plural verb run. Again, why is this a plural verb? Because the base form, meaning it has no S, is the plural form of the verb. Easy instruction, right? Do you understand? Thumbs up for those who understand. Okay, how about the others? You know now the drill, huh? Okay, Patrick, since you understand the compound subject rule, can you give your own sentence example using it? Come on, you can do it, Patrick. I know you can do it. Yes, okay. Okay, very good. As I said, you can do it, right? Again, however, we are not yet finished. There is an exemption to this rule as well. Let's find out what it is. Okay, so what is the exemption? Some compound subjects stand as one. Okay, what are these compound subjects that stand as one? Let's take a look at this given example, okay, for you to understand it better. My friend and hero saves the day. Okay, why do we have to use the singular verb saves if there are two subjects, right? And they are connected by the word and as well, friend and hero. So it should be pluralized. Okay, class, try to analyze the sentence. My friend and hero seem to be two subjects, but no, because in this given sentence, I am only referring to my friend who is also treated as my hero. Did you get it? I am only referring to one person, which is my friend, who is also treated as my hero. And since I am only referring to that one person, it is correct to use the singular verb saves. Okay, let me give you another example. My own example. My cousin and friend talks to me whenever I have a problem. Again, my cousin and friend talks to me whenever I have a problem. Why singular verb talks has been used? Because my cousin is my friend as well. I am referring to one person only, not two separated subjects. Did you get it now? Okay, class, you just need to analyze what the sentence wants to convey. Okay? Analyze what is the main subject of the sentence, then decide whether the verb will be singular or plural. Okay. Class, do you have any question? Any clarification? Very good. Those are some of the subject verb agreement. Okay. So class, today, okay, we talked about what is a subject, what is a verb, okay, the subject-verb agreement. Then under the subject-verb agreement, we talked about the general rule. And let's not forget the exemption to the general rule, compound subject rule, and the exemption to the compound subject rule. Okay, obviously there are many more rules to be discussed in the following meetings. But now, let's have an activity and let's see how well do you understand the lessons we discussed today. Okay? I will show you some sentences and you will tell me whether the sentence is grammatically correct or incorrect. Of course, you have to defend your answer. Okay, so the first one, I want to go shopping. I want to go shopping. Okay, Rico, would you tell me whether the sentence correct or incorrect? Okay, why incorrect? Okay, very good. Because as far as the exemption to the general rule is concerned, this sentence is incorrect. When we use either I or you as the subject, the verb must be plural. So instead of I want to go shopping, it should be I want to go shopping, right? Okay. How about the second sentence? Okay, I want to call I see. Okay, I see. Would you tell me whether the sentence is correct or incorrect? Okay. Why correct? How about the mentor? Isn't it a subject as well? Okay, very good. I see. We are only referring to the teacher who is also the mentor who gives guidance at school. So this sentence is correct. My teacher and mentor gives guidance or gives me guidance at school. Now I am very much sure that you are ready to take our evaluation quiz. I will send the link of your activity in the chat panel. You have 5 minutes to answer it. And if you have a question, just press the raise button and you will have my permission to speak. Or you can just type in your question in the chat panel, okay? Understood? You may now answer the quiz. Okay. Who are still answering? Okay. Everybody done? Very good, class. So later I will send to your Gmail accounts the result of your quiz. You can also check out later the items you missed and their corresponding corrections, okay? And for your assignment, write 5 sentence examples for each following rules of subject-verb agreement. So first, 5 for general rule, 5 for exemption to the general rule, the U and I, right? Compound subject rule, another 5 sentences for that. Exemption to the compound subject rule, another 5 sample sentences or sentence examples further. So I need 20 sentence examples. Okay, any question? Yes, Erica. Okay, I'm glad you asked that. You will post your assignment on our Google Classroom. And what time is the submission? Until 8 p.m. today. Clear? Okay. And class, I also encourage you to search and have an advanced study about the other rules of subject-verb agreement. Okay? Because we will continue the discussion of these other rules in the following meetings. And these are my references of my presentation. Always put your references at the end of your presentation to avoid plagiarism. We don't want to be called thieves and cheaters, right? And that would be the end of our discussion for today. I hope you learned a lot. Okay? May I request Donna to lead our closing prayer? Amen. So, class, goodbye and see you tomorrow. Okay? Don't forget your assignment. Bye.